Welcome to the second part of our video for this week, and today we are going to discuss all about compound interest. So sa akong past na video or sa akong last na video is i-explain ako dito ang kalahian sa simple interest and sa compound interest. Today we are going to focus on compound interest. Before we proceed with our word problems, let us examine first the formulas that we are going to use in this course or in this lesson. So first one is we have F. Now, ang F na to karon is called compound amount or compounded amount. Sa katong simple interest pa, ang tawag ana is future value. Muna siya ang kwarta at the end of the term, no? Sa time allotted na imuhang gihiram or gibutang nimo ang imuhang kwarta sa isa ka institution. So here, F is equal to P, which stands for present value or principal gihapon, multiplied by 1 plus I, then raised to the power of N. Or, kani silang duha actually is the same na silang formula. Kanilang siya is expanded na version. I will explain later. Nganong kani siya is compressed version lang of this one. And this is the compounded or the extended version of this formula. So, pwede siya, kung gani ang ganito na to, no, kay given na diretsyo si I and si N. Pero, kung if ever dili sila given, no, pwede na to ni siya kaning isa ang atong gamiton. F is equal to principal times 1 plus rate over M. Raised to the power of M times T. So, natin yung mga bago nga variables, aning compound interest. We have I, we have N, and we have M. Same lang ihapon na nga ito ang kuan before. Ang T, same lang. Rate, same lang. Time, the same lang sa siya. So, unsa man yung tulo ka bago, no? So, dirita sa M. Okay? M is what we call the conversion period. So, in terms of conversion period, kunwari sa isa ka year, ikapila ba siya or unsa ba ang method na ato siyang i-compound or imuhang bahin-bahinon no ang pagtubo sa imuhang interest. So, unsaon ba siya? No, natay upat, natay annually, which means per year, once a year lang siya. That is why your conversion period is M is equal to 1. We have also the semi-annually, meaning half a year, no, tunga sa tuig. So that is why your M is equal to 2. We also have quarterly. That means sa katuig ikaupat nimo siya ipatungan o interest. So that is M is equal to 4. And lastly is monthly. Pag may monthly kada bulan. So in a year we have 12 months. That is why M is equal to 12. Okay, so mo ni siya matong M. Karon how about N? No? N is the total number of conversion periods. So, mo ni siya ang total number dito sa conversion periods. Kaya i-multiply ni siya ang M na to, i-multiply na to sa tuang term or time. So, ang pagkuhaan na, ingon ako ganina, N is equal to M times T. So, mo na siya ang pagkuha sa N. How about I? Yung naagad niya, no? So, I is called the periodic rate. So, ang periodic rate, that is, R over M. Okay? Ang imuhang formula para makuha mo si I. Kung atong balikan, ang imuhang formula di sa taas, di ba yung ko? This is just the extended version of this one. Ngayon, nga naman, remember kung saan pagkuha si I? Pagkuha si I is R over N. That is why, bipulihan lang na siya. Ang I na to, bipulihan lang siya o R over N. How about ang N? Diba? Kung saan pagkuha na to si N, diba? I-multiply na to si M times your time. So that is why ipulihan lang na siya din na. So these two are the same thing. Good. Okay, ang kanang formula. It's just that, kani siya, depende lang sa availability sa imuhang given. Clear? How about our second formula? Now we have these formulas are for finding the principal. P is equal to F or compound amount multiplied by 1 plus I raised to the power of negative N. Kung atong makita diri, tanawa siya, gi-extend or gi-bungkag lang nimo siya. No? So, I is R over M. The negative N is also negative M times T. So, So, mula na siya ang nalahian siya nga formulas. So, next is finding the compound interest. In finding the compound interest, we use this formula. IC is equal to F minus P. You are going to use this formula if si F and si P are both given. If dili gani siya given, you can use the other formula. P, tapos bracket, times 1 plus I raised to the power of n minus 1, then bracket. Okay, last one, not last one, second to the last, we have the rate or R. So, kung saan ni siya, papangita sa R, you're going to use this formula. M, bracket, F divided by P, raised to the power of 1 divided by N. Minus 1, then bracket. The last one is finding the time. For time, we have T is equal to log, no? Log of F divided by P. So, ato siya na-i-divide daan before nato siya i-log. Over M, bracket, log of 1 plus I. Then, bracket. So, ato na siya gamiton later on. And before I proceed, it's very important that you use a calculator. Kung face-to-face pa karon, I already required you to provide your own scientific calculator. However, we are having this new normal na arrangement. Therefore, please do find ways in order for you to find a calculator nga pwede na i-aning ng mga functions. Alright, let us proceed with answering our example number 1. Let us first read our problem. Find the compound amount and interest earned on 15,000 pesos for 1 year at A, 7% compounded semi-annually, and B, 7% compounded quarterly. So in this problem, now we are asked with 2 questions. And actually, duha ka situations at the same time, we are going to look for 2 values. So, ang atong pangitaon na unang value is our compound amount. That means, ang atong question mark or ask is CF. No? Pangitaon na to CF. Also, we are going to look for our interest. So, in this case, we are looking for IC. Okay? Then, we have 2 situations. Letter A, if we are going to compound semi-annually. And then, the other one is quarterly. So, maglahi yun ang answers na to, Ana. Okay, so let's proceed now with letter A. So, before we proceed with the solution, let us start the given. Always gitan, no, nga magsugod ka sa ato ang given. Because once you already know your given, dali na lang na siya para choose ka og formula and to proceed with the next steps. We have 15,000, which is our principal. And then, 1 year. Tip, pag year ganyan siya, that means you are referring to time. So, T is equal to 1 year. Then, since we are starting with letter A, let us use this first. Our R is 7%. Always remember also, pag percent, ganing mo makita din ha, most of the time that is for interest rate or rate. Then lastly is ang atong M. Remember, ang M, dili siya kasagalang ginahatag as a number. Kundi as clues, no? As words. So, ang atong clue or ang atong word na gamiton is semi-annually. So, atong tanawon din sa itong listahan, semi-annually, M is equal to 2. So, ang atong M is equal to 2. Alright? Next, we are looking for future value or our compound amount and our IC. So, we cannot find the IC here because wala pa tayo F. That is why we are going to solve for F first. Now, we are going to look at the formulas na asa to ang pwede gamiton na available na magamit nato ang imuhang mga given. Kung ato makitaan, wala siya or dili given diretso si I or ang imuhang periodic rate. Dili po given diretso si imong N, which is your total number of conversion periods. Diba? So, matong gamiton is kaning extended nga version. No? So, dito sa F, is equal to P times 1 plus R divided by M raised to the power of M times T. So, next step is we are going to substitute all your values with your letters. So, we have 50,000 times 1 plus R, which is 7%. Remember sa itong rule, ang 7% atong i-convert into decimal form. So, ato siya i-divide by 100. So, ang final natong rate is 0.07. Okay? Proceed. 0.07 divided by our M or our conversion period. So, that is divided by 2. Then, 2 times our time, which is 1 year. Okay lang so far? Are you following? So, nag-solve na ko gaganina because I don't have a calculator right now. So, nag-solve na ko kaganina para mas lalikta sa akong pag-discuss. So, diya sa inyong module, no, dire-diretso siya, niambak siya, wala na ipakita kung kada step-by-step process. So, in this video, I am going to show you the step-by-step process good. No, so, just hold on to your notebooks, your ball pen, your module, and your calculators. Sige. Diretso ta. So, we have 15,000 pesos times 1 plus 0.07 divided by 2. If we're going to use our calculator, that is 0.035 raised to the power of 2 times 1, that is 2. Next, we're going to start with our parentheses first. Ato ni i-process una. So, 15,000 times 1, i-add lang nimo ng duha, that is 1.035. Then, raised to the power of 2, or square. No? So, ako sa nimo lang out of process. So, we have 15,000 times, ang answer ana, if you're going to use the calculator, is 1.071225. I hope that you are following. Next is multiply two numbers. So we are going to have our final answer, which is 16,068.38 pesos. Always remember to write your unit, peso sign. Okay? So, muna ni siya ang atuang future value or ang atuang compound amount. Now, since we already have our F and we have already our P, kaganina pa, so we can now find our IC or our compound interest. So, dili ko mag-solve. IC is equal to F minus P. F is 16,068.38 minus our P, which is 15,000. Now, this is interest, this is money, peso sign, and then i-minus na to ang, i-minus na to ang duha. So, that would be 1,068.38 pesos. That is now our compound interest. So, dali na ta sa ato ang letter B. In letter B, we are going to use the same given except our M. Because our M, ang atong clue is quarterly. So, dito sa atong listahan, tatanawon ang quarterly. Quarterly is M is equal to 4. So, ang atong buhaton ana, is-change lang nato ang M to 4. Okay? And then, using the same formula, let us substitute again your values. We have 15,000 multiplied by 1 plus R, which is 0.07 yapon, divided by 4. No? Tapos, M, 4, i-multiply nato na siya sa ibang time na 1 year. So, karon, after ana, ito na siya i-process. So, we have 15,000, then 1 plus, if you're going to use the calculator, the answer would be 0.0175. Then 4 times 1, of course, is 4. Then, add nato ning duha. So, we have 15,000 times 1 plus, no. 1.0175 raised to the power of 4. So, ato sa siyang buhaton, before nato siya i-multiply sa 15,000 using your calculator, the answer would be 15,000 multiplied by 1.0718590313. Kani siya ha? Answer ni siya, ani. Okay? I-input sa calculators. Then, i-multiply ni siya kani, i-times ani. The final answer would be peso sign 16,077.89. So, this is your compound amount. Klaro? So, kanina siya karoon ato gamiton para makita natin si compound interest or yung mukhang IC. So, we have is equal to F, which is 16,077.89 minus your P, which is 15,000 pesos. I-minus lang nato ning duha. Your answer will be peso sign 1,077.89. That is now your compound interest. So, kung atong i-compare ang kaganina, no, ang kaganina to na answer, ang atong future amount sa kaganina or future value or compound amount is 16,068.38 pesos. Karon is 16,077. So, mas dako ni siya compared sa katong kaganina. Anong nga naman? Because, yung napansin, quarterly ang karon, quarterly ang pag-compound sa imuhang kwarta. No? Ika-upad siya sa katuig. Whereas, katong kaganina is ikaduha lang sa isa ka tuig. That is why, mas dako ni siya og tubo ang kwarta compared sa kanang ikaduha lang siya or semi-annually. So, that's example number 2, and let us now proceed with our example, not example number 2, example number 1, and let us now proceed to our example number 2.